19,000 subscribers!
Yeah, it's me again, doing another Q&A because I got 19K right after finishing the 18K one because of how I made the 18,000 one at 18.9 thousand because the Q&As were so late, and so were the last few were super late as well, so I'm doing another one right at 19.1K to get the timing a little bit more back in whack. So yeah, and don't worry, Tornado Siren Madness will be after this, and the queue for the episodes is in the description. The DRJ2006 commented, "Hey BSP, when you made the Viberpod's Crush script, did you use the one in the 11th Q&A or the one in the EOWS Bros Lose Their Collector Rings? Because the one in the EOWS one has more improvements." I think I did the one in the EOWS one, but I think before you actually made some of those edits, like I didn't reload the page enough, because I just looked at the script changes you made right before starting this Q&A. I noticed you put it in a part at the end where Viberpod and VV2 are like fighting P50 and cursing a storm at him and saying they're going to screw his a-hole or something. I don't know what that was. Honestly, I probably would have animated that, but with the bleeps and everything, if I'd seen it before I posted the episode. But I only saw that part after I finished making the episodes, so yeah. Alright, and then there's several people asking me how the sirens in Tornado Siren Madness talk. Well, how do fish talk underwater in SpongeBob? It's cartoon logic. Nothing has to be realistic. Jan Michael Simonson commented, "Please don't miss this long question. Hey BSP, for 19K, can you make these sirens for TSM? Soundmaster 115 and 125, Whalen WPS 2908, Sentry 10V2T, and Square Hone 20V2T, Electronic 8000, Electronic 7200, Darley 3V8, 16-port Sentry 5V, Sterling K5, Eric Fire Siren, and my custom siren called the Zaper 7025, which is a Electronic 120 decibel tritone siren and is omnidirectional with 6 Atlas speakers on one side and 3 on the other side, and styled after an Electronic 8000 and a DSA 6 sort of. And also IDK if you want to make a 2900 series Whalen, because you're basically going to turn it into a 2800 siren like what you did with the 2740. And if he were in TSM, he would be with 2810 saying, 'Hey, what do you say?' And also, if I am rushing you, I am not, I would suggest you make these sirens so you can have more characters and more scenes of those new sirens hanging out or else." So yeah, I hope you like this comment, and I love your videos, and I will sub, smiley face. Yeah, you haven't drawn the sirens yet? That's a lot of sirens to draw. Maybe I'll draw them, maybe I won't. Maybe they'll be part of the 2020 Vision Coronafied script if I ever finish that. Maybe. McNoob commented, "I have a question for BSP. Is that a 2001 ambience of all your test videos?" Yeah, that's a 2001 siren in the background you hear whenever I do the mini siren tests outside, because I do the siren test of the mini sirens right when the actual sirens do their test. So, yeah. Neil Prasad 1905 commented, "I have these questions. 1. If you're still not finished with that TSM movie about the year of the pandemic, are you planning to add me in TSM for this movie and possibly any future TSM episodes as suggested by myself in one of the scripts posted by DJ Launchpad Music Games and Extras?" Like I said, I haven't finished that script yet, so as I make the script, I'll be sort of planning it as I go. So there's kind of a 50-50 chance whether or not you'll be in there or not. 2. When will you make the tone generator for the mini with Simon Sen? Yeah, I've been kind of slacking off on that recently because of how I found that amplifier, and I have the MP3 player, and even with the MP3 player, it's still pretty loud. If you notice, remember in that one video I did the decibel test, it was like 80 decibels. It almost cleared the Blitz siren in decibels. So putting a tone generator on it, I'm not sure how well that would work with a beefy amplifier like that. But it doesn't mean I won't ever make a tone generator, it just means I don't know if I ever will. Number 3, have you completely finished Rejected by an Angel? No, I have not finished that song yet. 4. Are you planning to make a TSM music video of the song? If yes, will you post it on Valentine's Day? No idea, I haven't finished that song yet, and I don't know if I ever will. And 5. Are you planning to make your own Discord server? No, I don't know if that's really necessary, because people can just put scripts and stuff in the comments of my latest videos. 5. Where are you going to mount the mini beside my Siren for the Firefly light chime since it's cold out in December? It's going to be on the same spot I normally put it on. Long horn pointing off the end of the stairs, the reflex horn pointing towards the backyard. Sure, it's cold out, but it doesn't really hinder how or where I'm going to mount the mini beside my Siren, because where the snow would be if it snows, because sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does. Let's say it does. I'll just take a rag and just dry off the area and wipe off the area as much as I can where the mini beside my Siren is going to go for the Auld Lang Syne or Firefly light chime, and then put it there. And then at 12 midnight, I start up the MP3 player and play Auld Lang Syne, the Melodix ML1000 version. Again, a shortened version because the full version goes on for like 3 minutes. So yeah. Siren Tube commented, just a quick note, you'll be even happier once you reach 20k subs. And another question is, what camera do you use to make these videos? I thought I heard someone mentioning you have a Casio, but I don't know. Please answer ASAP. I do have a Casio, but when I make the Q&As, I just use the webcam built into my computer, what I have here. Except for one Q&A when the webcam wasn't working. So I had to use my Casio camera, which was propped up behind the laptop. But its farthest zoom out, its widest zoom is closer than this webcam. So because if you noticed in that Q&A that had this camera propped up behind it, behind the laptop, the image looked like it was zoomed in a bit, but trust me, the camera was zoomed out as far as it could go. So that's why I used the webcam on my laptop instead, because it's it can show a wider frame and show more in the image. So yeah. And the camera comes in this nice little case here, the Casio one. Snaps shut there. It has a magnet in it, so I keep the magnet side down when it's in the drawer to prevent it from erasing my hard drive, because the drawer is like right under my laptop. So yeah. Blocky.yt commented, oh, please don't miss this. For 19K, I have a question that might pop up in my head. Are you going to 3D print the Mini 2001 130, the brother of from 2001 DC? Probably not, because the only reason I made the Mini 2001 DC is because the rotator was the same as the Mini Thunderbolt, so therefore the Siren was already halfway done. So the fact that the Thunderbolt and 2001 DC share the same rotator is what inspired me to try to make a Mini 2001 DC, because I could just copy and paste the Mini Thunderbolt's rotator over to the file, and then the head for the Mini 2001 is already half complete. Then I just got to make the top part where the actual Siren part is. So that's really what inspired me to make a Mini 2001 DC, was the fact that it was technically already half done. So yeah. The only thing is when I edit something from the Mini Thunderbolt's rotator, I have to edit that same part in the Mini 2001 DC's rotator as well. It's because they have the same rotator. So yeah. Ryan Simon Yetz commented, question for 19K. Why do you use the Thomas and Friend themes for Tornado Siren Madness? Just asking. Well, when I first started Tornado Siren Madness, what inspired it was Random Siren Insanity, and I've seen like several, in fact a large handful of Random Siren Insanities would use the Thomas theme sped up by 2 times, and it really fit Random Siren Insanity pretty good, so I thought I'd just use it for Tornado Siren Madness's intro, because it fits so well. So yeah. Because originally Tornado Siren Madness was a parody of Random Siren Insanity until eventually scripts started coming in, and then Tornado Siren Madness got more of a storyline with it. But the intro always stuck around, so yeah. Unknown Mist commented, PLZZZZZZZZZZZ. Do not miss this for 19K. This BSP, can you do a thing for how to download chimes on the SanDisk Sansa M250? Because I got one for a Mini 2810 that I'm going to 3D print. The chimes came from a Toa Melodix ML1000. Well, most of them did. But they were recorded from someone who actually had one. And he recorded it from the device to a computer and posted it on YouTube. So I recorded those chimes to Audacity from those videos, and then put those MP3 files. I exported them as an MP3 file to the MP3 player, and then plugged in the amplifier to the headphone input on the MP3 player and turned the volume on the MP3 player all the way up, and then the amplifier volume all the way up, so that way I could make it as loud as I could. Connected it to the horn speakers I made, which are the Mini Beside Musen speakers, and then played the chimes. That's basically how the chime works on my Mini Beside Musen anyway. So yeah. By the way, this is the Sansa M250, but this one doesn't work, remember, because this one died. I did a tribute to it in the Love is Blue video, the Mini Beside Musen, and that's when I passed the torch over to this one, which is what I use for the Mini Beside Musen currently. Brian Schlipp Jr. commented, question for 19K. In the Random Siren Shorts 15, how did you got that Mini Beside Musen that was voiced by TTS Hugh? That voice is from Voki.com. It's a site that allows you to, it's basically just a text-to-speech site, but if you go to Voki.com and then go to create, here, let me pull up Voki so I know what I'm talking about. You just go to Voki.com/site/create, then you can go into, there's a button that you click that looks like a speaker down here with little sound waves coming out of it. And then you click on the button that looks like a T key on a keyboard, and then you get a text-to-speech thing, and then you got a bunch of voices down here right under the text box that you have a selection of for right here, and you can also choose different languages or accents down here, which is how I got Beside Musen to talk in Japanese. I just selected one of the Japanese voices from Voki, typed something English in Google Translate, and then copied and pasted the Japanese characters after I translated it over into the text box and just recorded what was played back in Audacity. That's how I got the voice. By the way, I think Beside Musen on 20th Siren Madness's voice for when she talks in Japanese, I believe that Japanese voice is Haruka. Let me check. I just type a bunch of random garbage and hit play. Yep. That's Beside Musen's voice, alright. So yeah, all those and the Hugh voice is in the English one, obviously. It's one of the British voices. And it's in Voki as well. So yeah. So yeah, that's how the voice works, like that. That's how I get the sirens to talk in Random Siren Shorts. Through the Voki voices. Skyruden commented, question for 19K. How do I send you siren drawings? You can just do it the DRJ 2006 did. He just drew some sirens. That's how he did with the Vibras. He drew them and then put them in a Google Drive document and then made it viewable. You just put your drawing in Google Drive and then put the link to it in a comment, but you have to make sure that the link is accessible, or else when I click on it, it'll say your access has been denied, and then I won't be able to see what you drew. So yeah. Anyways, now that I got the timing of the Q&As back in whack, I will now end this Q&A. This is Broken Solar Panel signing off.